The first day Noah saw Ethan Parker, he knew they would never be friends. Ethan was the most popular student at Windsor Academy. He was tall, handsome, confident, and always surrounded by people. Noah was the complete opposite. He was quiet, shy, and practically invisible. Every morning, Noah sat alone near the classroom window while Ethan laughed with his friends across the room. Noah never expected Ethan to notice him, but somehow Ethan always did. Whenever Noah looked up, Ethan was already staring at him. The moment their eyes met, Ethan would quickly look away. It happened so often that Noah started feeling uncomfortable. Why does he keep looking at me? Noah wondered. One afternoon, Noah accidentally dropped his books in the hallway. The books scattered across the floor while several students walked past without helping. Before Noah could pick them up, a hand reached down and grabbed one of the books. It was Ethan. For a second, Noah thought Ethan might finally talk to him. Instead, Ethan placed the book in Noah's hands and walked away without saying a word. Noah frowned and watched him leave. He's so weird, Noah thought. Days turned into weeks, and the strange behavior continued. Ethan never spoke to Noah, never smiled at him, and never greeted him. Yet somehow he always seemed to be nearby. One rainy afternoon, Noah overheard several students laughing behind him. Look at him, one of them said. He's such a loser. Nobody wants him around. Noah lowered his head and walked faster. The words hurt more than he wanted to admit. Suddenly another voice interrupted them. Leave him alone. Noah turned around and saw Ethan standing there. His expression was colder than ice. The bullies immediately stepped back. We were just joking, one of them muttered. It wasn't funny, Ethan replied. The group quickly disappeared. Noah stared at Ethan in shock. Why did you help me? He asked. Ethan looked away for a moment before answering. Because they were wrong. A few days later, Noah stayed late in the library while rain tapped softly against the windows. He was struggling with an assignment when a notebook suddenly appeared on the table. Noah looked up and saw Ethan standing across from him. You missed several questions, Ethan said quietly. Noah opened the notebook and discovered that Ethan had carefully explained every problem. His handwriting was neat, detailed, and surprisingly patient. Noah couldn't believe it. You did all this for me? He asked. Ethan nodded. Why? Noah asked. For a moment, Ethan seemed nervous. I just wanted to help, he replied. Before Noah could ask anything else, Ethan picked up his bag and left. That night Noah couldn't stop thinking about Ethan. Maybe Ethan wasn't cold after all. Maybe he was just bad at expressing himself. Over the next month, they slowly became friends. They studied together, shared lunches, and walked around campus after class. For the first time since arriving at Windsor Academy, Noah felt truly happy. The more time he spent with Ethan, the more he noticed the small things. Ethan always remembered his favorite coffee, saved him a seat during lunch, and looked genuinely happy whenever Noah smiled. One evening they sat together in a small cafe near the school. Outside, rain covered the windows, but inside everything felt warm and comfortable. Noah laughed at one of Ethan's jokes, and Ethan stared at him for a second too long. What? Noah asked. Ethan quickly looked away and said nothing. But Noah noticed the slight blush on Ethan's face, and suddenly his own heart started beating faster. That night Noah realized something terrifying. He liked Ethan, not as a friend, but as something more. For days he tried to ignore the feeling, but it only grew stronger. Then came the worst day of all. Noah accidentally overheard a conversation between Ethan and one of his friends. Do you like Noah? The friend asked. Ethan stayed silent. Embarrassed and afraid of the answer, Noah ran away before hearing anything else. The next morning he avoided Ethan completely. He avoided him at lunch, in class, and everywhere else. By evening, Ethan finally cornered him on the school rooftop. Why are you avoiding me? Ethan asked. Noah looked away. Because I know, he replied. Know what? Ethan asked. That you don't feel the same way about me. Ethan froze for a moment. Rain began falling from the dark sky, and small drops landed on their uniforms. Then Ethan laughed softly. Noah, he said. What? Noah replied nervously. You're an idiot. Noah blinked in confusion. Before he could respond, Ethan stepped closer. I've liked you since the first day, Ethan admitted. Noah's heart nearly stopped. What? He whispered. I kept staring because I couldn't stop. I avoided talking to you because I was scared. You were scared? Noah asked. Ethan nodded, terrified. Noah couldn't believe what he was hearing. The most confident person in school had been nervous around him this entire time. Ethan gently took Noah's hand. I don't hate you, he said softly. I love you. For a second Noah couldn't breathe. Then he laughed through happy tears. You have the worst way of showing it, he said. Ethan laughed too. Yeah, probably. Noah squeezed his hand and smiled. I love you too. The rain continued falling around them, but neither of them cared. For the first time, everything made sense. The strange stares, the awkward silence, the small acts of kindness. Ethan had never hated him. He had loved him all along. Months passed, and their relationship remained a secret at first. Then little by little, everyone found out. To Noah's surprise, most students were happy for them. On graduation day, they stood together in the grand hall surrounded by classmates and teachers. The future felt uncertain, but one thing was clear. No matter where life took them, they would face it together. As the ceremony ended, Ethan reached for Noah's hand and smiled. As the ceremony ended, Ethan reached for Noah's hand and smiled. Noah smiled back. The boy he once thought hated him had become the love of his life, and that was the happiest surprise of all. The end.